Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and with me in studio tonight is Victor Calendar, and we just wanted to shoot the breeze for a couple minutes talking about Nelson, Anthony Admiral Nelson, where he comes out to say he didn't beat up his girlfriend. It was a white woman in Miami, and it was for cause because it was racially motivated. She was talking about his blackness and how he thinks he can, black people come to America and do what they like, and the fact that she spat on him. He made it seem as though it was a hate crime, and hate crimes are federally policed in America. So if it was a hate crime, it would not be not it would have gone forward. It would have gone forward in the court system. The reason it did not go forward was because the police report says it was DV. You know what DV is. Everyone knows what DV is. And she wasn't pressing charges. So they had no case. They had no case because his girlfriend or whoever he was there in Miami with, she was not pressing charges. So the case could not go any further. But if it was the way he said it was, that would have gone forward. I don't believe it for a minute, and I'm very disappointed in the Barbadians that can buy on to that, and to I just don't understand it. Victor, help me here. Victor, help me.
Look, Happy New Year, Barbados, to everybody. Oftentimes we, as people, justify what we want to justify, Sherry, promote what we want to promote, even when the behavior is miscreant, and as in DV cases where people are exposed to abuse, we have marshmallows and hot cocoa and kumbayas, and we make it seem as if the person who has perpetrated the incident, that there's depending upon their celebrity, that they should be scot-free.
Exactly.
And I believe that if there is a spark, there will eventually be a fire. And from what I've been reading about this guy is, there are too many instances with his name involved with women relative to DV. So there's a spark. When is somebody going to realize that eventually there's going to be a fire and that something somewhere needs to be done? I don't care about his celebrity. I care about his humanity. Where there is some eventuality of maybe somebody being in a worse situation than the accusation of him having been spat on or whatever. And this country has a pronounced judicial system relative to somebody committing a civil rights act violation.
Exactly. It's called a hate crime. It's a hate crime. Yes.
It's pronounced.
Yes.
It's pronounced. So the fact that he's able to articulate, to
exactly, the audacity, the audacity,
yeah. Yep. This act was perpetrated against him, and he did what he did, says volumes about the type of person that he is and about the fact that he understands how to skate on thin ice, how to get around situations that's going to be punitive to him. I'm not suggesting that if someone spat on you or spat on him, I should say, it's right. I'm not cuddling bad behavior. But I'm also saying that this guy, his name is prominent with DV. Prominent. Consistently. And you Barbadians out there who want to play footloose and fancy free with understanding right as opposed to wrong, You tread where you tread until it happens to you or it
Exactly.
happens to a family member.
But the thing about it is that they were rather Barbadians. Some of them will rather enjoy that it wasn't the person he was with, but it was someone else. I don't understand the joy in that. I do not understand the joy in that. Where's the joy? It was a female. It was a female that he's talking about DV, and wasn't D because he didn't know her, but it was a violent act. And where's the joy in that? Where would the joy be in that?
We justify what we want to justify as a people. We tell the truth halfway when it's convenient for us, right? And we do not permit other people their opportunity at truth. And that there's a psychological barrier that's placed on that. And one could articulate that that we've built a complete a nexus to the plantation system of justification of wrongdoing, whether that's through religiosity or through the social trappings of our environs. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just trying to understand that if something is wrong for you, Jerry, why would it be? And I know that it's physically, emotionally causing you pain. Why would it be right for me to cause you that pain?
Exactly. I just don't understand.
Why would I say?
I just don't understand why it is permitted, and how do they expect young people to be any better than they are? How do they expect young people coming up to be any better? He is promoting hurting a female, hurting someone, and he's justifying it by what I think are lies. I think they are lies because, like I said, if it was a hate crime, it's federally protected, and it would have gone a different way, and that would have gone forward. It would have gone forward. It's not like closing the door on that. It had to have been what the police said it was. It was DV, and it was between him and someone he knew, someone that he was with. So she's not pressing charges. So it's case closed. Case closed. He's going back home. But then to bring up a fictional situation, and then people prefer the fictional situation as opposed to something that is closer to possibility and the truth. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But Sherry, we listen. I don't know the particulars of this situation. So, from an intelligence standpoint, I can't speak on it intelligently because I wasn't there. I don't know. But what I do know is that based on the celebrity of most Barbadian men who are in celebrity status, there is a permissibility of miscreant behavior and obnoxious behavior and misogynistic behavior towards Barbadian women, more especially Barbadian women who are women of color. And the permissibility comes from whether it's some guy who is in police uniform, some guy who's a politician, some guys who are clerics, some guys who come from families that are well known in Barbados. There's a permissibility of behavior. And even women in Barbados who have been misogynized and treated miscreantly by men, they have the audacity to sanction that behavior by saying, well, you know how he is or whatever. Something is wrong. There is a tremendous disconnect. And like you said earlier in this conversation, how do we expect young folks, young people to adapt, adjust, and overcome miscreant behavior that they see?
Right. It's very scary.
As being permissible.
It's very scary.
By adults.
It's very scary. There's no hope. There's no hope if this continues. There's no hope. There's no hope.
There is hope, but we have to be able to look in the mirror at ourselves, at ourselves, and internalize own truth. How could I expect you to understand my truth? How can I expect that? If I am wrong as two left shoes, why isn't someone calling me out on being wrong as two left shoes? Why aren't we having that conversation? Why? I want to segue into something else. I want to segue into truth being pivotal in our abilities to change the narrative of negative behavior day in and day out, no matter where we are. We're better than that. We're better than that. And if we cannot internalize that someone else over here off to the side, peripheral to us, is in pain and suffering, if that's not in our facility to understand that, then what type of person are we? What type of person? What type of person does that? What type of person condones a man who repeatedly commits acts of DV or a woman, and we make that normative to the condition of living anywhere without us approaching that issue and being sensitive to it, Sherry Veronica?
It's a sad day. It's a sad day in this hell of a world that, what's his name, Anthony Nelson, can make up a story of him hurting a woman because he didn't want Barbadians to know he hurt another woman. He hurt one woman. He made up a story of hurting one woman, and to deflect from the fact that the police had done a report saying that he hurt another woman. It's just a tragedy. It's just a tragedy. All of it is a tragedy.
It's a two-way street too now, Sherry, because allegedly, if this woman claims DV, and he counters her DV with saying that she spat on him.
No, she can't. No, the woman can't say DV because they're not together. It was not a coupling. They're not a coupling, so it was being worded differently. It's only DV when you're dating or married
when you're a couple.
Yes, so yes. So,
if the accusation of some form of violence occurred, and as a result, or the causation of that would have been her having spat on him, and she didn't press charges, again, here's the slippery slope. Same thing with women who live in households with, or men who live in households, because I don't want to be biased here, because women do too, who commit these acts, and no charges are pressed.
But his story is she was the aggressor. His story is that, she did it before he did it. So yeah, I have a feeling that charges would have been pressed, and like I said, it goes into a different area of law here in America. It's a hate crime. It was what he described was a hate crime. When the police came and he was arrested, it was DV. It means that he knew the person. They were together, dating, significant other, whatever you want to call it. So it was a different write-up as opposed to the hate crime. There was no mention of hate crime. No mention of hate crime. No mention of like battery or whatever, in a different way, in a different, it was being worded differently. It was worded battery, DV. He knew the person. Yeah. He was with the person. It was not a stranger. It was not a stranger.
How long? I've lived in this country for almost 44 years, and I've never had anybody walk up to me and spit on me.
Or say something silly like that, you black people think you could come here and do whatever you want. Nah, come on now.
I've never had that. So I don't travel in those circles.
Right.
So maybe he does. I don't know. Like I said, I'm suspicious of the behavior, and I'm suspicious of the recurrence of his name relative to miscreant DV type behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And we as Barbadian men, we need to learn that we shouldn't be putting our hands on people's girl children.
And you come from a woman, and the thing about it is, all men come from women. You come from a woman. Come on, show some respect. Show some respect. I'm gonna close off now. Do you want to say anything else?
No. I mean, I want to have another conversation for another day relative to the currency of events in Barbados.
Okay, yeah. So when you're off, let me know. Yeah. When you're off, let me know. Okay, call me when you're off.
Yeah, I will let you know.
Okay,
no
all right.
worries.
Thanks,
All right.
Victor. Thanks. This is Sherry Veronica Nick.